This child was, I remember leaving my kids with babysitters and they cry at the door and, oh, don't leave me. Joseph was crying out to his parents only when his uncle was his caretaker. And the parents didn't recognize that sign. And the uncle said, oh, he's fine. He's always fine. He's always great. You know, as soon as you leave, he's great. We watch videos, we eat popcorn, we have a great evening. But the uncle was sexually abusing him and threatening him. And one evening, the uncle had one too many beers, passed out on the sofa, and this child didn't feel like anybody was in his corner and thought, it's not safe at home. I'm just leaving. And he walked out the door at 11 o'clock at night and was walking down Drake Avenue. And police patrol officers saw him and stopped and approached him. And he tried to hide. And finally, through a lot of gentleness and empathy and consideration for this child, was able to find out a little bit what was going on, and Joseph was brought to the Children's Advocacy Center and was able to tell his story for the first time and be believed and be heard. And he received a medical exam, he received mental health therapy, and he is working really, really hard to get better. Uncle has been charged. Parents are working through a lot of grief and guilt and what ifs, understanding the trauma that has been rained down on their baby. And they're learning how to be better parents. And their child is receiving the therapy that he needs to regain his childhood and get to be a happy 6-year-old again.
I think you mentioned it when the cop was going down the road that noticed him. He tried to hide behind a dumpster or something, right? And he saw him. And
well, think about it. All the grown-ups in his life hurt him.
Right.
And, you know, authority figures, a guy in a dark suit with a gun and handcuffs, he's going to hurt me.
Sure.
Nobody's going to believe me. My uncle told me that nobody will believe me and they'll think I'm gross if I tell this.
So then at your facility, you have the ability to kind of temporarily board someone until you can figure out what's going on and give them the services they need, or find a different family member that's a safe place for someone like Joseph to go to?
Right. We do not have any residential facilities at all. They were in contact, and I do not know the specifics of what happened that particular night.
Sure.
But he is still in the care of his parents.
Okay.
So probably placed for, you know, a short period of time with a family member that they knew that would be a safe location until they could ascertain that uncle was not going to ever have any access to this child ever again, come up with what they call a safety plan. So, you know, Joseph had a great situation in that he had parents that he was able to stay with once they realized what was going on. And those parents have needed a lot of help too, how to relate to their child. How to, like I said, be a great parent, because they weren't being great parents. They were focused on themselves.
It's a slippery slope.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.